First of all, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Chanukah, Freilich Chanukah. Chanukah is the beloved Yontif. They all are, and they're all family time. Everyone should enjoy the family together, lighting the menorahs, having the meals together, singing, etc. Gift giving, I guess that's part of Chanukah too. Enjoy the Yontif. We'll get to Chanukah in just a moment. I'd like to say just a very brief idea from the Parshas. It's a Hasidic vort. It's a play on words, which is the classic Hasidic approach, one of them, to read a pasuk and maybe take it out of context and then appreciate the message. So we have in Vayeishev the story of Yosef. He starts out at 17 years old. It's the bucolic setting of the pasture, taking care of the sheep of his father. And then there's a lot of twists and turns. He's sold by his brothers into slavery, and then he's thrown into a dungeon, into jail for 12 years. He emerges and he becomes the viceroy of Egypt. That's next week in Miketz. He has more drama with his brothers until there's the reunion, and this really carries us until the end of Sefer Parshas. But it all starts this week in Vayeishev. So the vort goes as follows. When Yosef is sent on the mission to find his brothers, and unbeknownst to Yaakov that this is the beginning of all of the angst and the misery of not knowing where Yosef is for 22 years, Yosef meets somebody along the way. Vayimsa'ehu ish, a man finds Yosef. Chazal say that man was really an angel, Gabriel Hamalach. And the angel says to Yosef, Ma tevakesh, what do you want? So the Kotzker Rebbe says it wasn't just a simple question. What are you looking for? And Yosef says, I'm looking for my brothers. Maybe you've seen them. Really what the Malach, the angel, is telling Yosef in so many words, only 2 words, is that you are about to embark on an odyssey. A lot of things are going to happen to you. It will be very difficult. You'll have moments of grief, moments that will be very trying. You'll be alone. There'll be solitude. You'll feel the whole world is against you. And in many ways, it was. But in order to survive, in order to find success, don't forget ma tevakesh. What is your goal? Keep your eye on the ball, to borrow an American expression. Don't lose sight of what is the ikar. Keep your focus on your family, your father. You will be reunited. The dreams will come true. This is part of the saga, the great destiny of the Jewish people. Don't forget about what is your mission, what you're looking for. It's a metaphor for really life. People wander. They get lost in life. What is life about? Where do they find success? What are they really looking for? And they get distracted and they make mistakes. And a lot of times, typically, and it sounds very simple and trivial, but it's true, that they lose sight of what is the ikar. What do they really want? If we would have a moment of true introspection, we would appreciate the fact that we're looking for a nachas from the family. We're looking for a connection with Hashem, first and foremost. We want to feel that we have a simchas achayim. We're happy with what we have, whatever that lot is. We don't look over our shoulders. We don't become jealous and petty. If we always focus on what I'm looking for, and just to add to the word, Yosef says, I'm looking for my brothers, that we take care of each other. We think of the Jew next to us, and we don't feel that he's out to take away from me, but it's the opposite, what I can give him or her. So then that's the success. Yosef never lost sight of that message from the Malach, and that's why there was a happy ending. Just a brief thought about Chanukah. Maybe it also sounds very simplistic, but it's important. We don't have time to go into the medrash that the Ramban brings in Bahaloscha, that Arna Cohen was given comfort because he knew that eventually his children and grandchildren, meaning for Dorei Doros, generations upon generations, would have the menorah. They would light the menorah. Even after the Beis HaMikdash would be destroyed, the lights of the menorah would go on, meaning the lights of the Chanukah menorah. And light is something which brings calm and tranquility to a person. When we're in the dark, we feel very helpless. when the power goes out, if there's a power surge, we feel suddenly, again, lost, helpless. When there's a flicker of light, there's calm, there's hope, the light at the end of the tunnel. Kadosh Baruch Hu always promises the Jewish people, and this was the gift to Aaron, the nechama, the comfort, that what you have, your role, when it comes to the Nes of Chanukah, and every Jewish home, no matter what, even if they're assimilated, they attach themselves to the menorah, to the yontif of Chanukah in their own way. They'll have the light, they'll hold on to the light. And ultimately the light is the light of Torah, and that will bring back all of the lost, assimilated families, will all be able to return to our roots. So there's a lot to talk about, but the message is one of comfort and hope. Keep our focus on what's really important, and we care about each other. Achai anochi mevakesh, I'm looking for my brothers. We know what the goal is, and that there's always light for the Jewish people at the end of the tunnel. Wish everybody a good Shabbos and a happy Chanukah.